Welcome to Cory's Stories. Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Hello, my little friend. Just a quick minute before your meditation story comes on. Did you know that you could be in the Real Cat Club or in a Tucker and Leo club? If you want to hear exclusive stories that no one else gets to hear, that might have your name in, go to the Patreon link just below this video and sign up. Namaste, my little friend. Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Make sure that you're all warm and snugly in your bed, that the light is just right in your room, so you can allow your body to relax and let go of your busy, busy day. Tucker had built his relationship up with Mr. Kitty just a little bit. It's not like they were friends or anything, but Mr. Kitty had started bopping him in the face. Not with his claws out, with his claws in, but he was bopping him in the face, saying, "Tucker, go away." Every time Tucker ran over to Mr. Kitty and sniffed on him and licked on his back and said, "Oh, hello, oh, are you going to play? Is it time to play? Are you coming to play with me? I knew you liked me, Mr. Kitty, I knew it." And then bop, 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 just like that, like Mr. Kitty was an actual professional boxer or something, would bop Tucker in the face, and Tucker would just keep sniffing and keep licking as if he never touched him. Mr. Kitty would meow really loudly and bop, 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 bop him again as if to say, "Get out of my face!" Didn't work. Tucker, so silly is Tucker, did not realize that Mr. Kitty was saying, "Get out of my face," literally by punching him in the face. Tucker just thought he was trying to play with him. "I knew you liked me," said Tucker over and over again. Tucker's mummy said, "Tucker, will you leave that cat alone?" Tucker started moaning and complaining about the whole situation, which is the noise he made to his mum. But really he was saying, "I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. I just want to play, Mummy. I just want to play. He smells so nice. He's like the perfect cat flavour. And he smells like, cats. He smells like cats. And I can't resist it, Mummy. And I just want to play with him. But he keeps like hitting me in the face with his paws. And I think it's just a ploy. It's a ploy because really he just loves me. And he wants to play with me." And then Mum said, as if she understood every word that Tucker was saying, "Tucker, he doesn't want to play." Tucker said, "Oh, yes, he does. I can tell. I can feel it in me bones, Mummy. Look at him." Mr. Kitty was sat by the back door trying to get out, but Mum wouldn't open the door for Mr. Kitty in case he ran away. Only Isabel goes outside with Mr. Kitty because Mr. Kitty is not used to Tucker's mum, and Tucker's mum might just forget about him, and then Mr. Kitty might be off all over the neighbourhood, all on his own, and maybe get lost, or get eaten by a coyote, or who knows. So without Isabel, Mr. Kitty wasn't really allowed to go on the back garden unless he was with his own mum, Isabel. So Mr. Kitty was just meowing and meowing and meowing at his grandma, Tucker's mum, at the back door. Tucker said, "He wants to go out, Mummy." But really, Tucker was saying, "Ooh," to his mum. His mum said, "He can't go outside, Tucker. He might get lost. He's going to have to wait till Izzy comes down and lets him out and goes outside with him." Mr. Kitty gave up on the whole idea of going out on the back garden and walked back upstairs. He was allowed to go on the balcony all by himself. But Mr. Kitty had started to do something very, very dangerous. He was jumping on the roof of the house. He was jumping onto the windowsill and then up onto the top of the sauna and then up from the sauna on top of the house and strutting all over the roof. And it was a 2-story building. It wasn't just a flat, small house. It was a big, tall house. Really, really high. And Mr. Kitty loved it up there. Isabel, Kitty's mum, was okay with it as long as he came back down, and he always did. So for him to go up on the roof, it was no big deal anymore. But when Tucker discovered that Mr. Kitty was on the roof, and he wasn't, he was not happy. That made him set off on a mission to figure out how he could get on the roof of the house. He was talking to Leo. "I'm going to figure it out, Leo, because that cat is on the roof of this house, and that looks like so much fun to me." And I'm like, "I want to come up there, Mr. Kitty." And Mr. Kitty's like, "No way." And I'm like, I'm coming, Mr. Kitty. If you can do it, I can do it. Whatever you can do, I can do too." Now, unbeknownst to Tucker and Leo at this point, Mr. Kitty had broke up with Tigress. Tigress had been offered an acting job in Paris for 6 months. 6 whole months. Mr. Kitty said, "I wish you well, but I'm not going to wait for 6 months. I thought I could do the long-distance relationship thing, but to not be able to see you for a whole 6 months, that's just too much." Tigress completely understood, but her career came first. They're friends, but they're no longer in a relationship. The relationship was very short-lived, unfortunately. So these days, Mr. Kitty had been feeling a little bit sad. Hence, he'd found a way to get on the roof of the house, to be secluded, alone, some time to think. Tucker had got no clue about this because Mr. Kitty had not told Tucker and Leo about breaking up with his love, Tigress, the actress slash Instagram model slash very famous person. Tucker had been rummaging in his mum's sock drawer and found 4 perfect socks. He came downstairs with the socks on and he was slipping all over like Scooby-Doo. Tucker said, "Leo, if it's the last thing I do, I'm going to figure out how to get on that roof. And I had a brilliant idea, and I think it's going to work." Leo said, Oh, I dread to think what this is, but do you want to tell me about it?" Tucker said, "Yes, I do. Okay, so these socks are Mummy's socks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tucker lifted one paw up at a time to show Leo the 4 socks. Leo said, "Tucker, I can see the socks." Tucker said, "Yes, exactly. These socks are going to help me along with these magical things I found upstairs." Tucker had got 4 curlers in his hands. You know, those things that you put in your hair to curl your hair. His mum had got some of those big Velcro-looking ones that did big, soft curls. So he could put his paws inside them. They were that big. They were like big rollers. He was going to use them as bouncy springs. "They're going to be springy. Look at them. They're all bouncy." Tucker was pushing on him with his paws and they were springing in and out while he was doing it. Leo said, "Okay, you're wearing socks and you've got those rollers of Mum's. I don't see the connection." "Oh, you're smart, Leo, but you're not that smart, are you? Look what I'm going to do with them." Tucker got out the glue gun and stuck the rollers on the bottom of the socks. So now he was walking about on these springy rollers, and he was all bouncy, and he was bobbing up and down as he walked, and he was losing his balance, and he was flying all over the place, and he was laughing a lot because he thought it was really funny. And Leo was just staring at him as if he was absolutely bazonkers. Tucker said, "Leo, I think I might need a little bit of... I think I might need a little bit of help. I'm sliding all over the place. This is not something I actually thought through very well, is it?" He looked like he was on ice skates in the middle of a frosty, icy lake, slipping and sliding all over the place. Leo started laughing and said, "How can I help you? You're absolutely crazy." "I need your help, Leo," said Tucker. "You have to hold me. Just grab a hold of my fur or something on the back of my neck and help me get to the stairs. And then I've got to figure out some way to get up those blooming stairs." Leo said, "I'll help you to the bottom of the stairs, but as soon as you get to the wood stairs, you're on your own. You know I can't go up those things. They're the most scariest things in the entire world." Tucker said, "How about trying to go up 'em in these? My golly gosh, what was I thinking? But I know, Leo, I know deep down in my soul, I know deep down in my deepest part of my heart that I'm going to be able to get up and up those stairs, and I'm going to be able to springy, bouncy, and I'm going to be able to get on that roof with that kitty cat, and then I'm going to lay there and sunbathe with him, and we'll talk about life, and I'll say, 'Kitty, you've been a bit quiet these last couple of days. Are you okay? Tell me all about it.' And I'm going to be Kitty's therapist, and I'm going to say to Kitty, 'I only charge $150 an hour.' No, I won't charge him, but you know what I mean. And then I'll lay there and I'll go, 'This can be mine and yours secret place. We can go here whenever we want to talk and talk about deep things like love. Love. Oh, love. You know, I've not been in love very often. Maybe a little bit once, but not very often. And I know, well, I don't know, but I can imagine how you feel, Mr. Kitty. Is it nice being in love?' That's what I'm going to say to him, because, you know, I think love kind of goes up and down like a roller coaster. Sometimes it's really good and sometimes it's not so good. And Mr. Kitty being quiet these last couple of days makes me think that maybe him and Tigress aren't getting along so much. Or maybe they are really, really good and he's just quiet for some other reason. Anyway, I think he needs to talk to me. So, I need to get up them blooming stairs ASAP. Leo helped Tucker to the bottom of the stairs with his slippy, slidey socks. And then he said, "You're on your own." Tucker said, "I think I've got it. By golly, I think I've got it." And he took the socks off. Leo said, "Actually, Tucker, that's really smart." Tucker said, "I know, it just came to me. It popped down out of the sky into my brain, and I thought about it, and I was like, oh, thank you very much. Whatever it was, or whoever it was, that popped that wonderful thought into my mind." He carried his 4 socks with the rollers stuck on them upstairs, and then when he got upstairs, he put his socks back on and went out onto the balcony to assess how high he had to jump. It was really high. For a start, the sauna was higher than, 6 foot? 6.5 foot? Maybe more than that, because you can stand up in it if you're a person. And Daddy was at least 6 foot. He had to jump onto the sauna and then bounce from the sauna onto the roof of the house. "How did Mr. Kitty do this?" he said to himself, scratching his head with one of the rollers that was stuck on the end of his paw on the sock. Just then, Mr. Kitty came down towards the sauna as if he was going to jump down onto the sauna top and then jump down onto the balcony and go into his bedroom. As he walked down the roof towards the sauna, Tucker said, "Are you going to be up there all day?" sorry. I was just coming towards you. I was coming with my invention. Watch this, Kitty, watch this. Tucker started bouncing like Tigger on all 4 paws. He only got about 2 feet high. That was as high as he was going to go in those things. He was never going to make it to the top of the sauna. Mr. Kitty started laughing at him. Poor dog, Mr. Kitty said out loud. That's not very nice, said Tucker. I'm coming up to be your friend. I know you like me. All these nice little love taps you keep giving me in the face. You think it's making me think you don't like me, but it's not, Mr. Kitty. I know you like me and I know you want to be friends. So I'm coming. He started bouncing again as high as he possibly could. This time he got about 2.5 feet off the ground, but it wasn't going to happen. Mr. Kitty said, I'll save you some time. There's no way you can get up here, Tucker. And anyway, this is my place. This is where I come when I want to be alone or I want to be... Tucker said, You want to be what? Mr. Kitty thought about it and then said, Oh, nothing. Nothing. That made Tucker very suspicious. Who did he have up there on that roof? What was he up to? Did he have a different girlfriend? Was it Tigress? Did Tigress come into town? And Mr. Kitty's keeping it all to himself. And he's got Tigress living up there or something. Tucker said, That's it. Aha! I figured you out. You got Tigress up there with you, haven't you? Is she coming to town and you haven't said anything to anybody about it because you want to keep her all to yourself or something? What's going on? Are you got Tigress up there? Is that why you're up there all the time lately? Spending loads and loads of time up there in your solitude and being all alone? Is that what you're doing? But you're not all alone, you're with Tigress? Because if it is Tigress, hello, Tigress! Tucker was shouting, thinking that Tigress was going to say, Oh, hi, Tucker, in any minute. But she didn't. Nobody said anything. And then Tucker said, Okay, then. So if you are alone up there, or if you do have someone else up there, who is it? Who is it? Because if it isn't Tigress, Tigress liked me, I think. I think she would be very happy to say hello to me if it was Tigress. That's when Mr. Kitty said to Tucker, Tigress is in Paris, so that's not happening anymore. We're still friends, but we're no longer a couple. Oh, said Tucker. Oh. He stopped bouncing and got still on his springy socks. I'm sorry, Mr. Kitty. That's a bit sad, isn't it? And then, just then, as Tucker was feeling super sad, he heard a voice call from somewhere where he couldn't see on the roof of the house, and it said, Could you get me more ice for my lemonade, please, Mr. Kitty? Tucker pricked up his ears. Mr. Kitty shouted, Yeah, okay. And then looked at Tucker as if he was the most guiltiest cat in the entire world. Tucker went, Do you have another woman up there? Already, Mr. Kitty? My goodness gracious me, you're like the most coolest cat in the town. Slickest cat. You're like John Travolta in Grease. You're all slick and cool and you're like the cool cat. How did you get a girlfriend so fast? Mr. Kitty just blushed. He didn't know what to say. And at this point, Tucker had not recognised the voice. Because if he had, he would have been saying something about it. Mr. Kitty was thinking maybe he got away with it. So Mr. Kitty said, Yeah, that's just a friend. Just a friend, said Tucker. Are you sure, Mr. Kitty? Because Mr. Kitty was looking dreadfully guilty. He was looking guilty because he thought he would know who it was. But Tucker didn't realise, Tucker being a bit simple and all. Tucker said, "You dirty trickster! Are you sure it's just a friend or is it a girlfriend? Is it a new girlfriend?" The voice on the roof, that couldn't be seen but could be heard, said, "Also, would it be okay if I do have a piece of pie? I'm getting kinda hungry up here." Tucker squinted his eyes and straightened his ears on his head as much as he possibly could, trying to hear every single tone. VAYA? Is that VAYA? Just then, VAYA walked across the roof so that Tucker could see her. She had a sun hat on, some really, really cool pink sunglasses, and a pink princess dress. VAYA said, "Oh, hi, Tucker." Tucker said, "VAYA, are you the reason why Mr. Kitty's always on this roof lately? Is it you? Are you... Oh, VAYA, are you making Mr. Kitty's broken heart all mended and fixed? Oh, you guys are so cute together." Mr. Kitty blushed even more. For one, Tucker was not his friend. For two, Tucker didn't have any right to stick his big, wet dog nose in Mr. Kitty's business. And three, he'd been busted. He'd been caught on the roof of the house with his new love. Or was she? Was she just there being a friend? Or were they in love? We'll just have to wait and see. The end.